Sister True, people, what they do. People walk away because they want to walk away. People do what they want to do, and don't let it stress you.
Frustration. When I was working, I worked with this young brother of African descent. He was about 21. Had been arrested for a marijuana charge. And had gone through the whole house arrest and treatment mandate. So while he was attempting to complete his treatment mandate, it was very difficult to engage in treatment, didn't see a need for it. At any rate, he talked about frustration and being frustrated. And so we looked up together the definition, sort of frustration, what it was really about, and found that the feeling of frustration is actually a combination feeling of anger and sadness. When you have sufficient amount or levels of anger and sadness together in an experience, frustration is the expressed, verbalized feeling, word that we use to describe that state. And that is what I am feeling, frustration. The frustration is triggered by the stress of learning video software technology in order to use it in the most effective way that I can. I don't need these right now. And there is so much to learn, number one, about videoing, videography, file format, and working through and working out the sort of technical challenges that come up with movie making, documenting a story on video. And as I am going through this process, I become frustrated. I'm at a point now where it's like, I cannot believe this. For example, I am converting I'm getting ready to get interrupted. You know what? Looking at this and doing it's like somebody is fucking with me. Somebody or something somewhere is fucking with me. Because this should not be happening. And this is the brand new upgraded version of VideoPad video editor. And this shouldn't be happening. So somebody somewhere is fucking with me and doing this intentionally. Why is it taking so long for this AVI format to load? I tried to play it a little bit while it was still loading and processing, but it ain't work right, so I know that. I had 3 frames and 2.5 frames left, and it's been 15, damn near 20 minutes, just loading it on the editor to play. I don't get it. I don't recall this happening before, and certainly not before I spent money to upgrade to the VideoPad Video Editor Professional. Now, I think because I paid for this with NCA software, there may be some assistance and support available to me via the NCH community and technical support. I don't know that I paid for technical support, but certainly when shit like this happens, you want to get technical support and you want to find out what's what. And even I did ask a question on the forum a little while ago, and somebody responded. But the other challenge that's going to come up is me understanding the language that they use. I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They start asking about, I don't know the differences between the file formats. That's on number one. And then they had MPEG 4 and I think MPEG 2, and I don't know the difference. I don't know what MPEG stands for. I don't know what AVI stands for. I don't know what FLV stands for. I've seen the words, but it hasn't stuck yet. I don't use it often enough to know. And so I'm getting downright disgusted and frustrated and more angry, moving more and more into the anger and bitterness. And like, when you're frustrated, you don't know whether to cry or scream, right? It's because of anger and sadness. But, hey, y'all, I'm back again. It's still, you can't see the clock. I don't think that position is not showing the time. The clock up overhead, you would see the passing of time since I've been recording today. And I started off in a place of frustration. I shared what frustration was. I shared what some of the things, the stressors were that was creating the frustration that I was feeling. And I attempted to share with you the progress that I was making on my production. The production being learning the production of the movie, of the video. I am now at the point where I've been able to get online. I've been able to read a little bit to look at the differences between AVI versus FLV versus MPEG, file formats versus Windows Media Video, and from what I gather, MPEG seems to be a pretty okay format and one of the best between that and FLV. So the other thing I begin to look at is the differences between software video converters. Now, I have NCH software, VideoPad, video editor, and a whole host of other software from NCH. One website I looked at to learn more about the different file formats gave you a comparison of the top 10 video converters. Prism Video Converter, which I had, the free version, the trial version has expired, and I haven't purchased the version provided by NCH, was listed as number 7 or 8 out of 10. And the number 1, the Gold Star Video Converter, is AVS Video Converter. So I am in the process of downloading AVS Video Converter, and I want to try using that. So when I make a video on this camera or my other camera, I will convert the video first with AVS. But see, I still have NCH VideoPad software to use for editing. Now, I am certainly finding out there are other software programs for video editing, audio editing, picture editing, and all of that. I probably have worked with some of them in the past, but NCH products is what I'm most familiar with and what I use right now more often than not. But I see that the NCH VideoPad and video editor and movie saving, convert and stuff is not the best. AVS is listed as being the best. Now, I cannot afford to now buy AVS products because I've already purchased NCH products. So that means I have to be creative and do some things different in order to get the most out of the free downloads and the stuff that I've paid for. So as we speak, like I said, this over here, this computer is downloading the AVS. It's only 32% complete, and it's slated to take another 10 minutes. I am also converting half of my 25-minute video, or I am saving it. See, in VideoPad Editor, when I look at a movie in VideoPad Editor, and as you see, I'm sweating, it's hot, it's beginning to get sticky and very uncomfortable. I have my fans going, and I feel the breeze of them, but you know, it's still hot. So when I look at a movie, I'll open a movie in VideoPad Editor in order to look at it and see what I want to edit, what I want to clip out, what I want to keep. I have not mastered that process just yet, when to split and how to connect this to that, but I'm getting there. So with this video, I just want to keep it simple. I'm just going to split it in half. It's a 25-minute, almost 26-minute video. I'm going to split it in half and save both halves and upload part 1 and part 2. Keep it simple. So I split it. Now when I go to save the first half, you know it says save movie. And then you have to choose a format to save the movie in. This is when we get down to some of the challenges. So I saved it first as FLV, the whole thing. Then I opened the FLV and I wanted to work with that, but I found out that the format doesn't play right on the VideoPad Editor. So then I said, okay, well, let me try AVI and what's different about AVI, but I'm just going to take a smaller clip of the AVI and save it as an AVI. Well, that took over an hour just for that whole little process. It really took an hour and a half, because it took a half an hour or more to save it and then an hour to load it to look at. And come to find out, it was terrible. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep it simple. I watched the whole video in the FLV format on my Adobe Flash Player. So because I got to watch the whole thing through, I said, okay, I see at which point I want to split it. So that's what I did. Now I'm working to save each part. Part 1 has another 32 minutes to go. It is 26% complete with the saving process. And I think I'm saving it under FLV format. Or no, I think I may have saved it as MPEG. I forget, because after I did that after I read the stuff. So I might be saving it under MPEG. I forget which one. At any rate, that 14-minute clip is on an average taking 40 minutes to save. That's just one half of the video. I still have another half of the video, which is approximately about 10 minutes to save, 10, 12 minutes. And judging from what this is doing, that means that other half is also going to take about 40 minutes to save. There has to be a better way. There has to be a better way. It's hard for me to fathom that other people, that this is the process, and that this is the process. It's long, it's lengthy, and so it may, again, the question will come down to my computer system and the amount of RAM or something else that I have going on with this system that may be accounting for some of the delay. This makes me think about the RBG Street Scholar, because the last time I had contact with him, he would suggest to me that my computer system was problematic and it was slow. So that's what made me think of him, because how much of this is a result of my computer system, and what do I need to do to increase the speed? Those are some of my next thoughts and questions. I am, trying to keep my cool. I think I'm gonna, while these processes are taking place, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into some of the reading and writing that I have planned for today. and let this take its time and do what it's going to do. Because there's not a whole lot that I can do about it right now. So I'm not going to let myself sort of get worked up about it, emotionally speaking. It's like, okay, it is what it is. It's going to take another half hour. It's 32% complete now. And while that is doing its thing, I'm going to turn around here, and this, I'm also going to close this because I'm not needing to be on the internet right now. I need to, and rather want to be getting into the reading and writing stuff and outlining and maybe making another video or two to get into some of the teaching and that I want to do and that I have, work to set up to do. How did I work to set up? That's why I purchased that whiteboard so that I could use that for talking and teaching and sharing and interacting. I'm seeking an audience for people who are interested in me and not me per se, but my information. One thing Sandra Bloom said to me, and that is kind of ties into this whole video that I'm working on right now. Sandra Bloom, when I met with her in July, she said to me, "Oh, you just need more practice, and just need more practice sharing with people." And how do I get practice if I'm not granted the opportunity to speak to a group, that I'm not invited to speak by the community or to the community? So you say, well, when people don't invite you, you create your own platform and you go ahead and present yourself. And so that's what here I is. I am wanting to create a platform out there in the community, and I'm kind of having some mixed thoughts and feelings as I'm trying to, there's a lot that comes up around that as I try to think on what has been my primary barrier to actually going out in the community, establishing a location, securing a location, scheduling an event, and in promoting it and making it happen. I have not gone that far. I've taken some steps out there. I've created some flyers. I gave them all away to my family earlier this year, and I'm sure they just trashed them. Some of them may have given some of them out, but I've made contact with one person, the venue, for a possible venue, but we played telephone tag for a couple months and I haven't gotten back to her. I think about other potential venues and people to approach, and that's when I kind of pull back, and because I just have a feeling that I feel like I'm not ready, or I pull back because I have had some dealings with the people who have the venues, and based on those dynamics, it's like, okay, I don't mess with them. The other thing is, and I don't even know yet in terms of cost to rent the venue in order to host any event, and knowing that I don't have any money right now to rent a hall or a space for a couple hours.